When my wife casually confessed she was planning a getaway with her so-called work husband, I froze in place, stunned. She spoke with a confidence that made it sound as though I had no right to oppose her. At first, I thought she was making a cruel joke, but her calm, unwavering expression proved she meant every word. A weight pressed against my chest, and for the first time in years, I felt a deep divide between us. I asked why she assumed I'd ever accept such a plan. With a careless shrug, she replied, "It's nothing serious. We're just co-workers. He understands me in ways you don't." That line burned into my mind, sharp and unforgiving. For years, I had given my energy to providing, to holding our life together, to protecting our marriage. And this was what I received, my wife choosing another man's company over mine. Her voice carried on, but the words melted into background noise. In that moment, the truth became clear. The woman I loved no longer respected me. If she did, she would never put me in such a degrading position. This wasn't only about a trip. It was about a bond already fractured with cracks I had ignored. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. Instead, I offered a small, deliberate smile. My calm unsettled her. She asked why I wasn't furious. With composure, I said, "Because this is the right moment to end our marriage." Her face drained of color. She had expected shouting, not quiet certainty. She laughed nervously and asked if I was serious. I told her I had never been more certain. She could take her trip, but when she returned, I would no longer be her husband. Her self-assurance collapsed, replaced by unease. She stumbled over excuses, insisting I was wrong, that it wasn't what I thought. But I'd lived long enough to recognize empty defenses. I wasn't going to let her diminish me further. In the days that followed, she backtracked, claiming it was innocent, that I misunderstood, that he was only a colleague. But if that were true, she wouldn't have hidden details or spoken of him in ways that crossed lines. My instinct screamed otherwise. The next week, I sat across from a lawyer. He listened closely and told me I was making the right decision. For the first time in years, I felt calm. I wasn't acting out of pain. I was acting with clarity. When I told my wife I had filed, she broke down. She pleaded with me to reconsider, saying she never believed I'd actually leave. Her tears weren't born from love but from losing the stability I had always provided. I reminded her of her words, that this man understood her better. I told her to rely on him now. Watching her face the reality of her choices hurt, but it freed me. The trip never happened. She cancelled, realizing the cost was too steep. But the damage was irreversible. Trust, once broken, cannot be rebuilt with apologies. I remembered our good times, but I anchored myself in the memory of her betrayal, the casual way she dismissed me as if I didn't matter. That was enough to keep me steady. In the end, she learned a painful truth. You cannot keep both. A faithful husband at home and a work husband for amusement. Every choice carries weight. And as for me, I walked away lighter, stronger, with my dignity intact. I was ready to build a future where respect isn't negotiable. It's the foundation of love. Sometimes the most powerful response isn't rage or shouting. It's the quiet strength of moving on.